here at The Jump. Producer Danny, producer Eitan, so happy about this. Paul, here is Eitan's line, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. Something, nothing, or everything.
This is everything. Let me tell you something. I had the chance to spend some time with him, and this is what you want to see from your pick. In the preseason, I don't care. In the pickup games, you want to see him out here being dominant. This is everything. You know, this is going to give him confidence moving forward. As a coach, as a general manager who made the pick, this is what you want to see. This is everything.
Yeah, that's the burden of being the #1 overall pick, right? You don't get to have an off day. You have to do this every single time.
We saw last year the pressure on the #1 overall pick it can be crushing.
Yeah, you have to look like this, especially when it's for a franchise that hasn't had a lot of success. At least Philly was good, so that's all. Imagine if the Sixers were terrible last year and Markel Fultz went through it.
Didn't save them.
It would have been a big deal.
I mean, look, I'm happy for Suns fans who, as Amin has documented for a long time, have had not as much to be excited about at some points in recent years. Paul, I want to know, did your perception of DeAndre change after you met him?
Without a doubt, because I didn't know him, but this guy is a workaholic. He wants to be one of the best in the league. I mean, when I got there to talk to him, he stayed an extra hour in the gym, and I was like, you know, don't let me take you away from your work, young fella. Don't because I'm here.
Right.
You keep doing what you got to do, and I can see it in his eye, and I heard it in his voice that this kid's going to be special, and he wants to be great.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to see him and Booker together when Dev
when Dev comes back.
He was upset that he didn't get a chance to work out with KG this summer. He saw him work out with Mobamba.
Right.
You know, he worked out with the other kid from Villanova. KG. He was like, man, I want to work with KG.
I'm not upset. Go up the calendar. Set it up.
I know.
He's like, that's messed up. Well, have a good career, then, brother.
Next up, J.R. Smith got a new leg tattoo over the summer. Supreme. We saw Odell Beckham rocking the Supreme sleeve in warm-ups on Sunday, and 2 days ago, J.R. posted this on IG. So I was informed today I would be fined every game if I don't cover up my Supreme tattoo on my leg. These people in the league office or something else. I mean, you have been riled up over this on NBA Twitter for the last 2 days, but not in the direction some people might think. Is this something, nothing, or everything?
It's nothing. It's nothing for 2 reasons. The first reason, the biggest reason, it's in the collective bargaining agreement. So if you're mad, don't be mad at the league. Don't be mad at the commissioner. Be mad at your president. Be mad at the people who negotiated. And most of all, be mad at yourself for not reading it, understanding what it's about, and knowing that you can't do this. We know this. People bringing up Gortat's Jumpman tattoo. Guess what? He had to cover that for years because of this rule. Again, this isn't the first time. We've had this discussion before. And by the way, it's as I learned today from my guy from Sports Illustrated, McCann Sports Law is his Twitter. There's also clauses within the league's deals with other sponsors that prevent them from allowing this to happen.
We won't if you pay us money, we'll make sure our players aren't hawking someone else's gear. What do you think, Paul?
It's everything, especially if JR has stocks in Supreme. I mean,
well, he's got body in Supreme. It is now tattooed on his body.
In Supreme, then that's the only reason I would get a brand tattoo on me. Maybe he did something for the company. You know, have the NBA mentioning this.
How much?
You said, the damage is done.
He could be a marketing genius.
Ooh, Paul's on it. Paul's on it.
Move for him.
Yo, this is everything.
That's what I want to know.
Paul, I think, Paul, you hit it, man.
That's the only thing I want to know.
We're talking about Supreme more in 2 days.
Exactly. That's why I want to hear stock.
More
genius.
This is everything. That's why this is everything.
My bad, King. My bad.
That's why this is everything.
Boom. Next up, on Saturday, Derrick Rose started at the 2 in place of Jimmy Butler, who has yet to be traded, by the way. For the Timberwolves, Rose scored 16 points, 6 of 10 shooting. After the game, Karl Anthony Towns told reporters he saw glimpses of MVP Rose. For those of you who don't remember MVP Rose, look, there he is.
I don't think he saw MVP Rose.
Was he watching basketball?
Because this is MVP Rose.
Right. Well,
I'm crossing dudes up faster than lightning, dunking on everybody. Come on, that's a big difference.
I think some of y'all forget, man. I think some. I don't know, but to be fair, he might have been watching SpongeBob at that point.
He beat out LeBron that season, which is still controversial, but that's how good he was.
He didn't see MVP.
So what do you think? Okay, so let's just go back to how Derrick played. And the fact that he has, since he's been in Minnesota, at least looked a little bit more like, look, there was a point last year we weren't sure if Derrick was going to stay in the NBA, right? I mean, he had left the Cavs at one point. He had left the Knicks before that. So.
I thought he was solid on the Cavs.
No.
He was solid. He was giving them 10, 12 points. He was a guy who could create his own shot. I mean, he's solid. I mean, Derrick Rose, where he's at right now, is more than a serviceable player. He's to me, he's still a starter in this league.
A starter?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you
he's
don't
showing.
have Jimmy Butler.
I mean,
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
You're
That team
saying
doesn't have a lot
that?
of
Do you
wings.
think Jeff Teague is better than Derrick Rose right now?
yes.
You do.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even a question.
Wow.
He better.
Wow.
I'm not living in the past, man. Like
Man.
it's messed up what happened to him, but it happened to him. And that's the part that all the MVP Rose people need to come to
of
grips
course
with.
he's not MVP Rose.
But I'm just saying,
he can still make shots. He's still an intelligent, has a good IQ. I mean, come on. He's a scoring point guard. This is what the NBA is today.
But Jeff Teague's better at it than he is. He's better at it than he is right
We have
now.
a producer, Mahmoud, who's a diehard Bulls fan, and I think producer Danny's trying to make him cry right now.
Yeah, with all the highlights,
like what used to be. Let's get to Patrick McCaw, because McCaw is, of course, a restricted free agent. He let the Warriors know, as expected, that qualifying offer of close to $1.7 million was just going to expire. At midnight Eastern last night, the Warriors reportedly offered McCaw a 2-year deal paying approximately $5 million with the second year non-guaranteed. Something, nothing, or everything means.
Oh, it's something. It's something for both sides. For the Warriors, look, Patrick McCaw doesn't have the star power as those other guys, but he was a very, very good player for them as far as a role player who fit perfectly and who maybe one day could take the reins for Andre Iguodala. Not as good a player, but do some of the things that Iguodala does in terms of defensively and then offensively moving without the ball. But for him, this is a big deal because you say, why would you turn down that money? Well, because second year is not guaranteed. They could have kept him in restricted free agency for multiple years after that. I understand why he turned down that money. I don't understand why he turned down the qualifying offer.
Right.
Take the 1 year,
Play 1 year, absolutely.
play it, and then
You were playing with what could be the greatest, team of all time.
You know, he's betting on himself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's
Yeah,
like
but
the
don't you
ninth or
bet on
10th.
that
He's the ninth or 10th man on that roster, so he feels.
Offer and then you're a free agent next
But he
year.
feels like he can get a better opportunity maybe somewhere, or even more money. He's betting on himself. That's what players are doing today.
I don't know. Once in a lifetime opportunities come along. Once in a lifetime.
I mean, look,
He got
remember,
a championship. He got to get the money now.
we had this conversation, if you remember, about Quinn Cook. Remember Quinn Cook took the deal, and I was like, I don't know. I would have tested free agency about Quinn Cook because you got the best audition ever. Just go out there and try and make it.
Here's what the Jump recommends for today. Zach Lowe's 7th annual League Pass rating. Zach ranks teams for pure entertainment purposes this season, so these are not power rankings, people, but go check it out, because when we return, we will have our first League Pass game of the night of the preseason. Woo, basketball's back. I'm so happy.
It's back, baby.
So happy.
What do you mean it's not working out, Craig? I mean, I just introduced